have a testimony that specifically for people who are on YouTube, if you have a testimony and you don't want to come on or to come on board to just share it, you can simply type it there. I'll read it out, and I think I'll put it out in a way that you can easily understand. Prince of Zamunda is in the building. Welcome, bro. So I'll put it out so that people can actually read it. Chizi Chikuta, I see you. Mirembe Patricia, hello. So each and every one of you who is on this platform, simply share the live, like the live so that most people come in, because we are going to do this until those wee hours. So the earlier you request, the better for us, because we'll have a good time. Okay? Yes. So I'm still waiting for people on TikTok to just join in and we roll this conversation. Now, I realized all of us have a problem. Perpetual Gadoni, I see you. I see Blackman King. All of you are just streaming in, and this is just tremendous. Listen. All of us have health problems. Whether you like it or not, all of us have health problems. Simati County 038 Tupondani, Vihiga is represented. Is it Luanda? Is it Mbale? Is it Chavakali? Are you talking to us from Kaimosi? There's a place in Kaimosi called Mago. Mago. We used to call it Emago. So when I was in high school, that's the place we used to go and take some sips of the local brew. Hey, Emago, ask me about it. Hey, what have I not done? Kinyashi is also logged in. Thank you so much. So yes, those of you who come from Tiriki, that place called Mago. Hi. Emago. Maragolis call it Emago. Yes, let's do this. 10K we are there. Let's now start this Testimonial Tuesday. And I'm starting this on high note. I'm starting it with Kekeli Kafui. Why Kekeli? Because Kekeli has actually started a platform to change people in Togo. Now I want you to just listen to this. This is a lady who we met possibly on a live. Same live on TikTok. And of course, as we do it on the health and wellness spot, we managed to change her life for the better, and we appreciate that she had trusted us with that. Now she was in Germany, of course. I'm in Kenya. Mshamba wa Kenya mbaya. No, now now we changed her life for the better, and she decided to go deeper. So she decided to change lives of people around her, and when it worked, she decided even to spread the wings even further. And now she has a group that she's actually teaching people from Togo our language in her native language. Hey, welcome on board, Kekeli. How are you?
Hello, dog.
Amazing. Welcome on board.
I'm fine. How are you?
I'm doing good. How are you?
Yeah, I'm fine. Always happy to be here.
First of all, let's give you your flowers before we even continue. We celebrate you on this platform. We appreciate the energy that you put in to actually make sure that this platform reaches so many people, and specifically in your home country, because our first interest is to change and make African people better. So we give you your flowers, and we appreciate you for everything that you're doing to make sure that health and wellness sport message is actually heard. Congratulations.
Thank you very much.
Yeah.
Thank you also for the support, because you empowered us a lot.
Yeah.
And it gives me more push up, actually.
Yeah, you're welcome.
And also the weight loss group. I don't know, for people who are here,
Yes.
if you have already, can you hear me well? I think I'm...
Yes, I can hear you loud and clear,
Okay.
and I believe everybody's hearing you.
Okay. So if you haven't yet subscribed for one, I think this is the time to do so before it's too late. Because even if you are not trying to lose weight, you will learn about a holistic lifestyle.
Yeah.
And when I started, I gave myself 1 year. First, I said 3 months. And then after, I say 1 year.
Yeah.
Now I'm about to be close to the 1 year. It's, I think, 2 months or 3 months left.
Yes.
And I'm thinking of pushing to 3 years.
Amen.
to be completely like to adapt this lifestyle, because it's just amazing, like
Yep.
Doctor is saying.
Yeah.
So today, actually, I have maybe a short testimony and maybe 2-3 questions. Or yeah.
Good. Go ahead.
My testimony today is just, I don't know, some people experience this, is the energy and this boldness
Yeah.
that you get after fasting,
Mm-hmm.
or after, like, for 9 months now, 9 to 10 months, I'm getting this boldness back.
Okay.
I'm no longer fear of anything. Always want to say my mind in a polite way, though.
Yeah.
Be calm, but you keep up to your mind and you speak like, I don't know, your head is up and you know what you want and you said it also. It's amazing. The feeling is just amazing. I had meeting today with my colleague and my boss, and it was like, okay, are you this? Like, this mental clarity is completely back.
Yeah.
And I think it's not done in one day, but you get this confidence and the boldness, because you don't fear anything, actually.
Mm-hmm.
And you are ready for everything. You can, like, take responsibility, because you are fully aware of every of your steps.
Yeah.
And this I lost for like 10 years now, and I'm feeling myself back. It's just amazing. I'm so happy.
Well done.
I'm
Yeah.
so happy. I'm even going for more responsibility for work and ready to fight for it. Like, it's just amazing. I love it. Like, I'm loving it.
Awesome.
Thank you a lot.
Do you know where that
Yeah.
confidence is actually coming from?
I always said from fasting.
Yes, but most importantly, confidence fasting is actually secondary. The confidence is actually coming from the center of you losing weight and starting to feel confident from within. You see, confidence is not something that you'll get from outside. It's something that is portrayed from within. So you're either confident or you're not. When you start to add weight and you've just lost hope in yourself and everything does not make sense at all, your self-esteem goes down. And when it goes down, you are even unable to stand in front of people, because even if you have a point, you are actually thinking in your head, you're thinking, maybe these guys will not take me serious because of how I am. And you see, when you start thinking that way, you always have that need to belong somewhere. So you want to force people to actually adapt to you. It's like what is happening with the alphabets. So they want to force people to actually think or become just like them, even though they know it's a wrong thing to do. So most people who are obese or who are fat, they start thinking that, you see, because I'm this, rather I'm this way because these people are that way. I'm this way because of the genes. I'm this way because God wanted me to be this way. So you want us to accept you that way. So when you're trying to put a point across and maybe people don't buy that point, you will simply take it personal because you're thinking these guys are not understanding me or they're not taking my point because I'm fat. Now that's your own problem. So you have to fix that. Once you fix that, the confidence comes back and you ooze a lot of confidence without even caring what people are saying. But until you put in some effort, fasting comes in secondary to actually just lower the estrogen so that you can not overreact over some things. Just the same way the gym does. Nobody goes to the gym in the morning to squat, to come out of the gym to get upset by just one simple comment, compliment, or one single comment from people. So that's why we do these things. We don't encourage you to just have a healthy life for the sake of it. No. We make sure that you understand your body, you understand the hormones, you understand the health. Once you understand even diets, once you understand this holistic approach, everything that comes from within you is actually confidence, because you are aware of yourself, you are aware of what is going on. You know, you actually say something and then you expect people to ask a certain question. If they don't ask it, you'll still go ahead and explain it. But if they ask it, you already were anticipating it. So you simply answer it, and that's where confidence comes in. Having the ability to know something better than all other people know it, and now you can stand out to defend it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
And then maybe, I don't know if there is a lot of people online, but I just realized for the live we had last week.
Yes.
where we talk about the painkillers and the steroid.
Yes.
Yeah. Having a lot of parents in my group,
Yes.
I just realized we didn't talk maybe about the painkiller they especially give to children.
Mm-hmm.
And parents are mostly like when something like the child has fever.
Yes.
And they really don't know what to do. They are completely in panic. They just need solution.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe a quick way. We know that maybe fever is just a symptom, but
Yes.
they feel completely in panic. They don't know what to do, and we maybe have to go deeper on children in this line, like to know how to handle those kind of emergency situation where they were given Panadol and those things in the hospital
Mm-hmm.
to change the sickness, we say.
Yeah.
So how can we maybe from home do something? I just say, okay, they have to take cold shower, maybe give the child maybe green tea. We have some leafy teas, but it would be nice maybe if you approach this also, because parents are like the mothers most of the time, they are quick to be panicked.
You see, in children, the reality is this. The reality is children will experience a lot of fevers and all this because they are out there playing, getting in contact with different microorganisms. But I want you to know that a fever is a symptom. So focusing our attention on fever is actually missing out on what is actually causing the fever. So you can actually suppress the fever, yes, through maybe paracetamol or ibuprofen suspension, and you suppress the fever. But if you suppress this fever, have you treated what caused the fever? So basically, for children, I think the best alternative is them to go to hospital when they have an emergency, because again, you can be willing to help, but you cannot help them as much as you would like to help them in terms of emergencies. So for children, I think their hospital care should be very necessary for them.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then they put just for medication for a child. It's like you feel bad already.
No, you see, once you know,
Without any
once you know that,
consult, like,
uh-huh.
No, they don't consult before because for them it's the first approach. Like antibiotic, because they are talking about inflammation, they are talking about maybe a worm and those things. Even without any lab test.
Yeah.
We want to trust our medic. We really want to trust them, but it's difficult those days.
One day we'll reach that level where every physician has to do both the physical examination and has to do appropriate patient history before they even start prescribing medication. But for now, our hands are actually tied. Why? Because we are spreading this gospel one person at a time. Today I was handling some clinical officer interns at my workplace, and I just kept on asking them questions about diabetes. We just had this interaction. It was the first time I was actually meeting them, given that clinical officers are on strike. So I was wondering, why are these interns here working under no supervision when there are no clinical officers in the hospital? And I got so intrigued because I had to learn something from them. So I asked them, guys, let's have a brief conversation here. Do you guys believe that diabetes is reversible? And they told me, no, 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 no. No. But there was one who was saying, yes, it can be reversed unless it's type 1 diabetes. So I asked them, so is the syllabus still the same or something? Then they told me, I asked them, what is the pharmacology textbook that you guys are using? They actually mentioned Principles of Pharmacology by Arthur Guyton. I was like, and physiology. So I was like, oh, so we still study the same thing. I understand that the body does not change. The body is the same, and all this, the anatomy and the physiology is the same. But I was so puzzled because that textbook was written in 1981, and we are told that science evolves. So if science is evolving, why is the syllabus still the same? Why is the syllabus still the same? So we are having these doctors being indoctrinated in the same syllabus, same textbooks that were written in 1981, and we are in 2024. You see how unfortunate that is. So now a Gen Z is supposed to be taught medicine by a textbook that was written by somebody who was targeting the millennials. So now it's just regurgitating, and then these are the guys who are coming in to find us in the field, and we're supposed to be their mentors. So if we are actually rogue, we'll actually make them rogue. So we're actually indoctrinating them even further. And you will always be as better as, actually you will be as good as your mentor. So if your mentor is that one who regurgitates the syllabus, you simply be there. And then we had a good discussion with them, and you could easily see how amused they are. And then they asked me, given that you have all this information, where do you have a book or something? I was like, there we go. So these are guys who are actually interested in changing their lives for the better. So those questions that they wanted to ask their lecturers but they can't, they actually felt comfortable to ask me. I was so glad to have had these guys. Those were only 5 clinical officers on internship. Now imagine this is
Wow.
a representation of the sample of the clinical officers that the Kenya Medical Training College, the KMTC, is actually producing. These are the same people that are coming from Nairobi University, from Mount Kenya, from all these campuses that are coming out, loading the system with doctors and clinicians. I was like, if these guys are so interested. So I told them, if you follow this, you can be sure that exam you're failing terribly. So what you should what you should do, simply go there, qualify, do the exam, give them the syllabus, qualify. Once you've qualified, come out here and start learning. That's the only way to do these things. But now I've just given you a sneak peek. So if you have this, you can actually ask your lecturer why. Why this? Why this? And if he gets upset, simply sit back and give him the syllabus. But for now, so we're actually trying to mentor some people to come out fresh with good ideas, because these are the most vibrant population in the medical field. And if you realize, look at the medical field. One side is the interns, very young and vibrant. On the other side is the older doctors, those ones who put on the spectacles with the rope. Na ile kamba huko nyuma.
They have all diabetes.
Yes,
They have all diabetes.
and then they put their spectacles here and they're looking at you. So where do these younger doctors go to after the intern? Some of them go outside the country to just go and look for money. And then when they come back, they are now older and they are regurgitating the same things. So you see, so it's just crazy, because I really wonder where these younger doctors go to after internship. And you get the older doctors, one with a very bald head and with his tummy with a lab coat, and hey, he's singing what he was taught in 1970, and he wants to stick to that. Anything outside the guidelines he cannot follow, and he's strict. And these sons of people and these daughters of people are actually coming in to be indoctrinated. So I think that's a fair part of on us. But yeah, we can't do anything about it. Those who want to listen will listen. Yeah.
Yes. And then my last request is actually for the audience, because I realize when you do the really deep topic,
yes,
the focus is on you, and sometimes we even forget to tap, like to like the live. Just because we are really
it's understandable. It's understandable.
So maybe we use sometimes, like when you are doing your advert, and so we use the 1 minute to tape, because it's the least that we can do actually.
Okay. I'll be sure to remember. I hope my director has noted that, so that we can say, hey guys, gifts, guys. Tap the screen. Thank you so much, Kekeli.
Thank you.
So guys, you heard it. Like, I think I can bring in a timekeeper here. I can bring in somebody who will remind you to tap the screen. But anyway, the reality is sometimes this medical stuff is not for everybody, right? The reality is, you know very well that the reason why you're on this live is not because you want to be on a live. No, you have other things to do. You have other lives to enjoy and all that. And the only reason why people get to health-related lives is because they have suffered. People who are on my lives, people who are watching my videos religiously, these are people who have suffered, my friends. It's not about you just coming in because it's a YouTube live, because you have internet. No. It's about people who have suffered, people who have gone through the rogue health systems, and they have come out, and now they want something new, they want something different, and they want just to be listened to. And sometimes I talk too much here. All night I'm screaming here. and you realize that when you go into that consultation room, you're not listened to. You went in, came out with a prescription without the doctor listening to anything. If you ever go back to that consultation room and ask them, Doctor, do you remember my name? Oh, eh. But you, as you go out, you must remember the receipt, the consultation fee, right? So that's the problem, because we don't listen to our clients as much as we should. We don't give them a listening ear. I told you that hospital that charges you for 7 minutes of consultation. So in 7 minutes, how can you be even in a position to explain things to a doctor? 7 minutes of consultation. Tell me. You simply walk in, there is no review. I mean, you came, they will send you straight to the lab. They don't even care if you did lab tests before. You'll be sent straight to the lab so that you can do more tests. So by the time you're going to the lab to do that test, you're going there and you're asking the lab guy, because that one is a little friendly. You're asking him, hey, what tests are these? He's telling you, oh, this is the lipid profile. And you're like, ah, but I did the lipid profile. Now, hey, and you already paid, so you have to do it again. Okay, so it's time for us to start listening to people. Listen to this. This is a big kiss. Hello, doc. Good evening. God bless your work. God bless you. Your work is a calling. Ulcers, gastritis made me walk like a cripple. Through your teachings, I'm healing progressively. Very soon, I'll give my testimony. Listen, this is already a testimony. I talked about ulcers before, and people were like, ah, no, Daktari, no, 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 no. There's no way somebody who has ulcers can fast. But you see, the weird part is, and I challenge you, when I see such a comment, I come hard on you. So I ask you, you've not been fasting, right? Because you are not an advocate of fasting. So you ended up getting ulcers without fasting. So how can you tell me about how to heal ulcers when you're suffering from ulcers and you did not fast? You came in to ask me, I need my gastritis fixed. And then I ask you, what are you eating? How many meals do you do in a day? You tell me, when I get the ulcers, I eat to at least relieve the pain. I tell you now, it's time for you not to do that. And then you're like, ah, Daktari, but my doctor told me. And I'm asking you, like, who are you talking to right now? Who are you talking to right now? If your doctor told you to keep eating and you're still here, why are you here? Because if your doctor told you something and it's working for you, you wouldn't be here seeking for my advice about this. So when I tell you to fast during ulcers, I mean it. I know that fasting will actually concentrate the stomach acid and your ulcers will just disappear. But you're there eating 6 meals a day just because you have ulcers and you want to suppress the pain. You're not even digesting that food. So you just move from the ulcers to indigestion and bloating and constipation. And the next thing is hemorrhoids. But you don't listen. Okay? So sometimes just give me a benefit of doubt. And I always tell people, if you give me 5 minutes to just listen to me for 5 minutes, I will give you about 15 minutes to just tell your history. But in those 15 minutes, you give me 5 minutes, and believe me, you start seeing things differently. And that's the beauty about it. So yes, big kiss. You're already having a very good testimony, and we appreciate you for that. Kinyash is saying, can't wait to gain my confidence back, doc. I enrolled the 2-month program. The 2 month has just kicked on, and it's already tremendous. Already there are questions that are coming in that are actually telling me the system set us up. Anytime I put out a post on diets and nutrition in that group, there must be questions. Every weight loss group, anytime I put out a post that is talking about nutrition, there must be new questions. Then I start asking myself, if this is new to these people and they're asking all these questions, how many people really need this information? But the truth is, I can't put out all this information on, I don't know. I put out information every single day, specifically on my Telegram channel. I try to make sure that I put out something every single day to just open up your head. Something is there. So if you go on the search button, you'll get so much there. Okay. Good evening. I was 74 kgs, did intermittent fasting with 1 meal. Thank God. With 1 meal. Thank God. Reduce thyroid medicine. That English. Ahmed. Thank God. I think I reduced thyroid medicine, dropped ulcer medication, reduced my weight to 58 kgs. Mama Mboga from Mombasa. Ahmed. Tremendous. Yeah. Did I just read that out loud? Mama Mboga from Mombasa? Well, hey, we move regardless. People hardly do CPD. Betty, hey, thank you for bringing out that. CPD. Now, listen. Our slogan from today henceforth will simply be CPD. Why CPD? Consistency, patience, and discipline. There is no way you can fast this week and then possibly 3 days. The fourth day you're wondering, my ulcers are still here. Daktari, but you told me my ulcers will go away when I fast. You just fasted 3 days. I have been following you, Daktari, faithfully, but I'm not seeing any change. Then I ask you, how long have you been following me? I think about a week ago. I'm like, huh? How old are you? I am 34. Well. So for 33 years, you've eaten yourself all these bad foods. And now you want these things to change in 3 days. I. Doc, I've fasted and I feel like fainting. Okay. How long have you fasted? This is my first fast. I'm like, yes. Yes, that's the feeling when you fast for the first time. Everybody gets that problem. Every time you fast for the first time for a prolonged fast, and then you, of course, you get the anxiety to break the fast and thank yourself for fasting. The body whips you the diarrhea. Like, Daktari, I got a diarrhea. Is everything okay? Or is there, actually, this is the question, is there a problem? We've been brainwashed to think that anything that goes different from our expectation is a problem. You don't even see that the body is actually trying to tell you, hey, you broke the fast the wrong way. You're actually asking, is there a problem? You just did a 48-hour fast for the first time. 48-hour fast is not for the weak and the faint-hearted. It's for somebody who actually has the discipline. But now that you know, put in the CPD, put in the consistency, keep doing it. When you get that light diarrhea, it's not even abdominal upset, it's just a diarrhea. Put in the effort. Put in the consistency, put in the discipline, put in the patience, and just sit back and see how your body reacts. Is somebody else here? CPD, that's the message. Let me just bring in this guy. CPD, thank you for that one, Betty A. The consistency is the hardest part. The consistency is the hardest part. You can most of you can attest to that. You can do a 48-hour fast now, and by the time you're closing your eyes to open, it's already 1 week gone or 2 weeks gone, and you have to do another one. You're like, this one I'm not doing. Can we fast for 48 hours without water? No, protect the kidneys by rehydrating with water and salt. Yes, Mickey.
How are you, Daktari?
I'm doing good. How are you?
I'm fine, thank you.
Welcome to Testimonial Tuesday.
Thank you. I've checked the guest request and I saw that there is no one requesting, so I said, let me come and say something very quickly.
No, do not worry about who is
give them
requesting or who is
chance
not
to see.
requesting. Don't worry about that. Okay? We will fix the nation.
Okay.
We will fix the nation. Do not worry. Even if nobody requests, I can still sit here and talk and give you stories, and then we call it a night. Because that's the beauty about this. The beauty is not about them creating a reason to be here. Because you see, most of them will request to be here and then lie. They will lie. So we want genuine people. We want people to come on, not because they have been coerced to, but because they have a testimony and it's genuine. And if they don't, we still push it and say tomorrow is another day, and we keep going.
So I've realized there is a gap in the hospitals.
Yeah.
Some time ago, we talked about the vitamins, the deficiencies, and their toxic side. Then I asked you if we could talk about the minerals the same way, like their deficiency, their toxic side. And then we didn't have a chance for that. So I thought if you consider that, we can talk about it. Then the relationship with other nutrients, because you see, like iron and calcium, they don't go together, right? So we just need to discuss these things and how we can get them adequately from food, not hindering absorption and assimilation of each other.
No, but let me tell you, the reason why you started giving it an attention in that direction is because you went to the syllabus and you were taught drug and mineral interactions. If nobody taught you about the interaction, you wouldn't know. So that's a problem. Number two,
Yes.
your great grandfather used to eat vegetables plus meat plus something else plus tubers and all these. Never worried about the interactions that iron will interact with calcium. He never worried about that. So why would we be forced to worry about interactions? The only thing that we need to be worried about is drug interactions. And the reason why we are worrying about iron being non-absorbable with calcium is because these are the supplements. These are the synthetic things. So the syllabus actually understands that their synthetic things cannot even be absorbed, leave alone blocking other absorption, other minerals from being absorbed. On their own, like calcium on its own, you cannot absorb it without a concentrated stomach acid. And that's why our great grandfather used to fast and then drink bone broth. But you see, nowadays they can tell you easily, you don't need to fast because fasting will actually heal you and they want you back. So what they do is they give you synthetic supplements and they tell you you actually eat these or take this with food in the evening. That's what they do to calcium, the chalk, calcium carbonate supplements, the bone supplements. So they give you these synthetic things, and then now because they have to defend their point, they tell you now, don't take this with this because of interactions. But you see, who cares about interactions when the supplements are actually natural? You don't care about it. Do you care about calcium in green leafy vegetables interacting with iron in red meat? Do you? Miki, do you? Do you care when you're eating your sukuma wiki with nyama? Do you care that there's iron in this red meat and there is calcium in these green leafy vegetables and it will bring me a problem? Do you?
No, I don't.
That's the point. The point is the syllabus actually brainwashed you to think that their synthetic supplements are the best. That is one. And number two, that you have to take their synthetic supplements without having to add in something else because you block absorption. Maybe in their head they're actually thinking if you're taking our calcium supplements, you might take iron supplements from another company. So it's actually competition and they're using you as a lab rat. So when you're eating healthy, you'll not need the synthetic supplements. So you'll never worry about interactions.
Let me tell you, Daktari, this thing is going too far because someone told me that now that your nutrition is and you are in this facility, why don't you recommend? There is this fruit, Kiswahili, it's kumanga. No, no,
Kukumanga.
that's a very difficult word in English.
It's called what? Kukumanga?
Yes, yes.
Oh, I used to think kukumanga is a
Yes.
powder. It's a fruit. Damn.
Yes, it's a fruit. It has an English name, something. I don't remember the name.
Listen, when I was growing up, our elder
And then-
brothers who are fat, oh, pomegranate. Aye, that's the kukumanga.
Yes, that one.
Oh,
Yes.
listen, when I was growing up, that was used by our elder brothers who had multiple girlfriends to just boost their testosterone, their erection, because I think it's now the natural Viagra or something. So, so I used to wonder, why are they looking for this fruit that seriously? And then we were told, no, oh, your bro is a veteran, so he has to boost his. Oh, tell me about it.
So this farmer was like, you see, he has a very big tree full of them, by the way, and each of them goes for like 50 to 80 shillings.
Yes.
Just one.
Yes.
So he was like, now that you're in a facility and you are a nutritionist, why don't you recommend this food to your patients so that I can get some money? Then I give you your card.
Oh, there we go. There we go. So his interest is not even actually the benefits of the fruit. His interest is, I have this fruit here and I have to sell it because, of course, I can't eat it all. So he's looking for money. That one, let people fast to get testosterone.
Yeah, I know. So I told him that to me, fruits are not that much important. If you have something else like pumpkins, then you can tell me.
And now he got upset because estrogens went to the roof.
Of course, I used to go for vegetables for cheaper price. From him, now I cannot.
All right, all right. Somebody's asking me a question here. Somebody's asking me, and this is a good question. Somebody's asking me, what is the best way to consume eggs? Now, there is no best way to consume eggs. You eat eggs, whether fried, scrambled, or boiled. As long as when you're frying or scrambling them, use ghee or butter or coconut oil or the healthy fats, the tallow, use that. So there's nothing like how is the best. No, it's not about the best way to consume eggs. Because again, when you're eating eggs, because I tell you to eat 6 to 8 eggs every day, simply at noon, because at noon you're doing a zero carbohydrate diet. So that's the best way to consume, that's the best time to consume eggs. But you can consume eggs in all forms, apart from the raw eggs, because I see people exaggerating it. Just done eating raw eggs. I don't know why people eat raw eggs though. Hey, the taste, yeah. But if you can do it, well done. There was a time that they were saying that raw eggs can actually predispose you to salmonella typhi. I was like, no, you can't start that conversation. You cannot get typhoid, you cannot get brucellosis, you cannot get amoeba if your stomach pH is actually concentrated. Your stomach acid is concentrated. It will protect you from these microorganisms. But you see, you eat very unhealthy foods that destroy your stomach pH, and then now you start blaming it on typhoid. Listen, you are not supposed to blame viruses, bacteria, amoeba, and protozoa. They have to exist. They will be there for a lifetime. You cannot change them. So you will have to learn to live with them. But the only way to suppress them is actually to make sure that your gut pH is fixed. When you fix the gut pH, you'll not worry about the diseases. Doc, the problem is people don't want to hear the word fasting. It's true. People don't like fasting. People want to eat. And you can imagine you've worked yourself so hard to get here when you can afford now food. And then Doc is telling you to fast. This must be a very, very rogue doctor. I mean, I've just made my millions. Now I can get some few thousands and walk in KFC and buy that chicken. And now he's telling me to stop eating this. I mean, I have suffered from my childhood. Yes, Jambaka.
Hello.
Hello, how are you, bro?
Good night, sir. Good evening.
I'm really hoping that you work on radio. Bro, your voice is a radio voice.
Somebody told me I love your voice.
Bro.
I'm this weak man who had no voice at all, let me tell you.
Yeah?
This voice has been donated to me from you. Never had this thing. After doing your fasting, after doing everything, after trying, you see, let me start from the end.
Yes.
Right now, I'm coming from work with my children in the car.
Yeah.
My 4-year children, they are here with me. They are now asleep.
Yes.
Because I don't want anybody to feed them anything. I left home with them at around 10 o'clock. You see, there was this Mandamano thing. So I had to leave town. I live in Kisumu. So I had to leave the town very early.
Yes.
I went to the bush in Shags. We went to the farm with them. We touched cows, goats. We did a lot. We went to the soko ya wanyama.
Yes.
We put our sheep with them. We carried in our pickup truck. We did everything. At around 1 o'clock is when we were having our lunch. They had only eggs and water.
Yes.
Boiled eggs and water, nothing else. At around 7 o'clock, we took some very fatty meat.
the word is very fatty.
Very fatty. You must put that fatty in that code.
Yeah.
And some wild vegetables that we picked from our farm. No ugali.
Okay.
People are happy. Nobody has even gone for a bowel movement. Only susu.
Yeah.
we are okay. I don't even need a lady around me because what is the lady going to do for my children?
You really have to you had to put that spice there. Hey, Jabaka.
You see, the ladies. I had always to work with the ladies because in total, I'm a poo. I have to like make them. You see such things. But now we are eating so healthy. I realize without carbohydrates, you don't even go for bowel movement easily.
And you see, the gut is trainable. You can train your gut to only have one bowel movement every single day.
Now look at these children, because I'm even surprised. I work with them. I'm like, I should have some tissue around me, but they don't even disturb.
Yeah, bro. Raising children, bro.
And again, another thing, that part of confidence. Somebody just talked about it. Oh, my confidence is very high. Even my answers to when somebody asks me a question or something, my answers are direct and very okay.
Building a man.
Now yesterday I was talking to a professor. A professor and his wife who is also a doctor. Professor and a doctor.
Yeah.
Both of them mobbing this. And they were busy telling me the way I'm doing this thing extremely. I was telling them, tell me what am I doing extreme?
Yeah.
You know, you cannot just change drastically and lose weight the way you're losing weight. You know, this is your body has you've been alive for like 41 years, and your body has adapted this kind of lifestyle. You can't just drop it like that. I'm telling them, my friend, I was born in 1983. And by 1993, I had lost 3 of my teeth because, you know, we were living in a shop.
Dr. Lewis. Dr. Lewis.
You know, the sweets, the bread and stuff.
Yeah.
By 1993, I had my chewing teeth, the molars and the premolars.
Yeah.
I had extracted 3 of them. You can imagine how this thing started long time ago.
Yeah.
Now, right now, when I just met Dr. Lewis, and now my health is coming back, my confidence is coming back. My children, I'm putting them to life. Somebody is training me. Somebody who's morbidly obese is telling me to stop doing it, to stop being so extreme. If any disease can get me now, I might pass very soon.
Yeah, it will sweep you off because you are so weak.
Yeah. Because I look weak, emaciated. I just look like one of my uncles who is so thin. You know, my father had got 2 brothers.
Yeah.
And my father was a teetotaler, a very serious addict of carbohydrates.
Yeah.
And the two brothers were alcoholics. They never liked eating so much.
Yeah.
So my father was a teetotaler. He was the first to go.
Yeah.
Now one of them who is still alive, also having BPH, but very thin. They're telling me, look at this guy. He's very thin and he's sick. Why are you telling us that if we are obese, we are sick? What am I missing even if I'm obese? And I was telling my friend, I'm not the one saying that he's obese.
Yeah.
You know that you're obese.
You're actually feeling your own insecurities.
Those people the professor guy was not happy at all. He nearly slapped me, and he was so angry. I told him the truth, my friend. You are a professor.
Yeah.
And you know what BMI is. He even chucked off his phone and started calculating and showed me his BMI was about 31 there.
Yeah.
You know, I told him, you see, I was only off by 0.0. You are obese. My friend, they looked for your information on Google.
Yeah.
And this guy that doesn't have any qualification. Remember the Mugo Irene, the one in Nairobi?
The one who was sedating women and chewing them.
Yes, that one.
Yeah.
Now my professor said this is another Mugo Irene.
Now I've just moved from Shakahola Master to Wairimu Mugo. Yeah.
Now I'm telling you, okay, now you guys, I will not tell you to do anything.
Yeah.
Also leave it alone. Don't start saying that now what I'm doing is extreme, because you pick one thing that I am doing extremely. This is one thing. No, you have to really, what you are saying is yet could be scientific, but you must moderate. You moderate on yourself. I will do my stuff. I will not stop you from doing it, but you also not stop me from doing it. No, you see, even me, I started running, and I realized even my knees were starting to hurt, and I had to stop running. You always walk like a madman in town running. You are going to get sick very soon.
But how can a whole professor who is obese start running? Even the slightest common sense cannot be applied on this one.
I told him you're running with more than half an assignment on your own, not evenly distributed. You have your knees problems. So first of all, lose your weight, and then start. Then I told them the way they want to tell us that losing weight or gaining weight is 85% in the kitchen.
Yes.
And the rest are now the workouts. Now, somebody who has gotten 85%, you are a teacher, you're a professor, you're a teacher. A child who has gotten 85%. So when you pass exams, true or false? No, it depends. I was like, my dear. Even a professor does not want to accept that somebody with 85% marks has not passed.
Man, it's just a title, nothing more.
So what I learned is the ego you were talking about. These two guys, his wife, with my sister, is a doctor, and he is a professor.
Mm-hmm.
Both of them are police. They never want to accept that this small man, this younger man, can tell them something that is better.
I mean, yeah.
Because they are the people. That is what I realized. Is their ego is so big they can't accept the truth.
Man, do not tire. Keep on slapping them until one day they hear you, because they will.
And at that time, you are looking to me. My mother is there, who is suffering from hypertension, doing those things you are talking about. Is something Saturn.
Yes, the Saturns.
Yes, plus I'm loaded so many drugs. My mother like Mars on her table. There's more than 4 or 5 drugs.
Yes.
I'm trying to bring cabbages. They're like, what are these things? These things you are eating. What are they? They're the ones telling my mother not to use them. Yeah. I have made proper fermented cabbage for my mouth. And they discourage her. Now she's proved that thing. I bring tallow. She doesn't use it.
It will clog her arteries and she will die. But she's suffering from hypertension without eating the tallow.
Imagine.
Man. Anyway, do not stop preaching. Keep preaching, because they will one day hear you.
They call me Dr. Lewis.
Awesome. Amazing. Amazing, Dr. Lewis. Your professor is getting upset. Your professor is getting disturbed because, of course, there is I'm not new actually. I've been here for about a year or so. So if they start getting upset now, it shall get interesting. Tough times are coming. Now, when I was growing up, I wanted to be a shopkeeper. Story. I wanted to be a shopkeeper when I was growing up. And the only reason why I wanted to be a shopkeeper is because, listen, guys, you can do anything else, but make sure, and this is for the men, make sure that you work so tirelessly hard so that your children can have a room to dream. A poor man's child has no room to dream. All he thinks about is getting from that poverty, and the only thing on their head is food. It's food. So if you give them food, all they know is, now I am done with poverty totally. They'll do anything to just get the food. So do anything in your capability. This is for men, this is not for women. Women will align to stoic and strong men. Men, do everything to make sure that you create room for your children to dream. A poor man's child has no dreams, has no even room to dream, leave alone the dreams. They're just nightmares. One thing, but two different views. Look at it. When we used to see a plane fly over the skies, our head we are thinking, how do these guys poop? Where do they poop? Where is their toilet? Imagine that type of mindset. When a rich man's son looks at an aeroplane flying, he's thinking that's a means of transport. Do you see those? One thing, but different goals. So I wanted to be a shopkeeper because, of course, I wanted food. I knew that I can easily take the sweets from the shop without being asked. I also knew that, of course, chapati was the order of the day, and if you ate chapati at least once or twice a year, so it was actually a delicacy. So I used to think, if I become a shopkeeper, I'll simply take the wheat flour from the shop and take it home so that chapatis could be made every single day. So imagine that, my very narrow mindset. And now I've become this guy who can actually own that shop, but I don't want wheat. What is happening to us? So that was so interesting. And now ego has come in, ego sets in. And this ego, imagine you just thinking that I want to work so hard to get money so that I can afford chapati and wheat flour, so that I can afford the best foods and eat the best foods in terms of you and what you're thinking best foods are. And then you're here, you've gotten all these resources, you can afford the food, and then I come out and tell you, hey, professor, it's time for you now to eat real food, not products. And now you're looking at me, you're wondering, my friend, in the first place, you're very young. And you guys expect a doctor to be older, right? That's how the system has actually made you believe that a doctor must have this bald head with the yeah, you see that miwani unaangalia hivi na juu. Then you must be so experienced because age comes with experience. That is not true. That's not true. And some of you think I'm very young. When you look at me, you're thinking, "Hey, this one has to be young. This one," and that's the reason why most of you ask me, what are the success rates for these things? Have you had people coming in to tell you? That's why this Testimonial Tuesday is actually important. They come and ask me, have you had success stories? I'm like, okay, I understand your story, but why don't you be my success story? Why would you focus on somebody else's story? Why don't we focus on you? And if nothing happens, and then I don't have a success story, like build your own success story that can actually inspire you and inspire other people. Okay, and that's the reason why we started the Testimonial Tuesdays, because most of you have testimonies, but you hold them back. So ego is evil. Ego is an emotion. Ego is an emotion, and emotions are actually blocking you from seeing reality and seeing things in a very appropriate way. Ego is very evil. You've heard people telling you now, you see, Jambaka just said, he takes cabbages to make fermented cabbage for them, and what the family are telling him is, oh, why are we eating cabbages? Some of you will even tell your daughters or your sons, cabbages are for rabbits. You want to feed us with cabbages? Women keep on saying, cabbages will add me water. If you know what I mean, add me water. Cabbages will make me so watery. But that person who is saying about cabbages making them watery, they're already watery, and they're actually taking okra water. Sometimes they are so dry. They even need that water, but they even need that water, but they are saying cabbages will make me have a lot of water. I mean, you need hydration for you to have that environment being so awesome. Now somebody just taps in that and brings you okra water, and you're busy taking it, hoping that that place will get to where you want it to get to, instead of just eating health in the kitchen. Please, sometimes stop creating those excuses. Eat cabbages. Eat them. They will even bring you the research and tell you, this research is actually funded by so and so from Harvard University. And when you hear Harvard, you're like, what? This is the research. Cabbages are dangerous. They make women so wet. Aye. But you need that, right? Don't you? I mean, if things were taken literally. Sonny Big.
Hey, hi, doctor.
Hi, how are you?
Fine, thank you.
Talk to us.
And
This is the Testimonial Tuesday.
Your teaching.
Pardon?
Oh, the testimony for somebody here.
Yes.
My friend.
Okay.
But it's a religious testimony because sometimes these people go for prayers and fasting.
Yeah.
Some go with the headache.
Yes.
So they have like 1 meal a day for 1 week. They come out and say, I'm being healed by prayers.
Yes.
But I think it's fasting. So I was talking to another religious who is an Indian.
Yes.
He was telling me, why I bring these people here sometimes
Yeah.
for healing, not only for spiritual, but when they fast, like people are not eating, they thought only water and eat in the evening, they get healed.
Okay.
Say, oh, I was healed by Father so and so, but that the fasting they do a week, like they eating 1 meal a day. Has helped many people, by the way, to come out of these diseases of diabetic.
Yeah.
So my testimony is, I had this problem with my child. I was told she has to be taken to tonsils.
Tonsillectomy.
And then, and then she was like, past a smell, mouthing or smelling mouth. What I did is every day morning, nilikuwa nampea maji, anahangaika na maji ya chumvi. Then she got also used to doing so. Now she cannot even get a smell. She's okay with salt water.
Amazing. Amazing.
She even doesn't brush her teeth, and her teeth is very good. So I give a testimony with my child. I was worried, what can I do? Just water, warm water with salt, and then she gargles every morning and evening before sleeping.
Yeah.
Now she's very okay, nothing, no smell, nothing.
But why do they always rush to chopping off tonsils in children? Why do they even rush? And yet they know those tonsils exist for a reason. They're actually part of the immune system. If they are not there, the child will actually suffer because they're actually the ones that trap the microorganisms that are headed towards the lungs.
Well, this Indian doctor told me that, with the time, the children, they tend to shrink with time. So don't do that. Just give water with salt and let her gargle every morning and evening before bed.
Yeah.
Now she's very okay.
Natural remedies.
She's very okay. Yeah.
And here I tell people to use salt to brush their teeth, and they tell me, salt makes my teeth turn yellow. But this is somebody who drinks soda, this is somebody who eats wheat, eats ugali every single day, and he's telling me, and he eats biscuits. He's telling me, salt makes my teeth turn yellow. I'm like, which salt? One day shall be interesting. Somebody's asking me a question here. Doc, why is it that most people are diagnosed with cancer today? Just maybe true, Is it true or is it a conspiracy? Now, the reality is this. Whether it's true or is a conspiracy, we don't know. What we know is there is cancer and it's actually sweeping off people. And of course, there are so many factors around cancer. One, of course, is the epigenetics. Most people focus on the genetics that people, when your grandfather had cancer, you'll end up having cancer, or chances are there that you have cancer. That's not true. The reality is the epigenetics. Okay, you've heard people saying, my grandfather used to eat sugar and he died at 96. So why are you telling us to avoid sugar? But then I tell you, is if your grandfather would wake up now and look at you and what you're doing right now, do you think he will be proud of you? And the answer is absolutely no. Why? Because the only thing that you do, that he used to do, is just eating sugar. But he even did it once and you're doing it 5 times a day. He used to walk long distances all over. So there are so many things that are around this cancer thing. And sometimes when you go into these questions, you get so sick about it, because cancer therapy actually causes cancer as a side effect. So you start wondering, why would we treat cancer to get cancer? I mean, so when you talk about it in form of conspiracy or in form of realities and all this, you start to realize that they will come after you. They will be hey, you see that? Oh, there was a time I used to see people selling those ampules for cancer. And I don't want to mention the hospital that was happening, because in those times that money was not there as such. You would simply get a vial and then go and find somebody who needs it and sell it, because it was expensive. I think 23,000 for a vial for doxorubicin or so. And then, now your weekend is sorted. So you can imagine a young guy with 23,000 on Friday. Hey! Girls will know you by your old names. Hey, Mutaniita daktari. I mean, mimi ni daktari sasa. So let me take in these guys, all of them. But when I take you in, please mute your mic so that we can allow them to others to speak. So I'm going to talk to Star, and then Bengo, and then Dumisa. So Dumisa and Bengo, you can mute your mics as we speak to Star.
Hi, Doc. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good. Now, Doc, I started my fitness journey and fasting this month.
Just hold on a minute. Just hold on,
I
Star.
am.
Bengo, can you kindly mute your microphone? Thank you. Yes, let's continue, Star.
Yeah, so I started this month and I've dropped 3 kilos.
Amazing.
I feel great. My back pain is from 100, now I can say it's like 20%.
Awesome, awesome, awesome. So you had back problems?
I had back problems because I was 95 kilos.
Ooh.
So I sat on a very bad chair in an office. I don't like 2022 ikaniharibu mgongo.
Yes.
But I kept on hearing you ukisema go and lose weight. It's because of the weight. So now I exercise. I feel so good.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for this channel. The first day I woke up is I was scrolling on TikTok and then your video popped up. You're not ugly. You're fat.
You're like, what is wrong with this guy?
And that is how I woke up and went and signed up for gym.
Yeah.
And I've never looked back.
And yet there is somebody else who had that same video and got so upset and went straight into just being themselves on one pizza plus the soda. I mean, how can that doctor tell me I'm fat?
It was the level of honesty in your voice. You're not ugly, you're fat. Simply go and exercise. Oh, that statement really hit me.
Star, you should have seen me. You should have seen me at around 98 to 102 kgs. My friend, I used to have this, do you remember cephalothorax?
Yes.
Where you have your you have your head and your thorax fused together. And now nobody understands if you have a head or you have, I don't know. It's just something just crazy. So you have a head and thorax fused and then the abdomen. I used to look so bad, but again, because anyway, it's not my testimony, it's yours.
I just have one question.
Yes.
Because I've done the 20 hours fast. Now I want to go and do OMAD.
Yes.
So could you advise me on how to do it? Is it one meal at what time?
Yeah.
Or it depends on what time I want to break.
Now the reason why we eat is because we want to follow the biological clock. So the reason why people do an evening OMAD from around 3 all the way to around 7 is because your hormones are now getting down. It's time now for you to feed. So always, if you're doing an OMAD, prefer an evening OMAD from around 3 all the way to around 7. That will be the best time to take your OMAD. Number 2, when you're doing an OMAD, if you're starting it in the beginning, you can actually add in some complex carbohydrate to help you wean off the simple carbohydrate addiction. But as you go deeper into it, simply just drop the complex carbohydrates and remain with the protein, fatty protein plus vegetables plus an avocado, and enjoy them. You will actually lose weight faster than you think. And then do not go into the gym and run on a treadmill because your weight is still high. You might end up exerting a lot of pressure on your knees and you'll get arthritis. So you can actually go low on the runs and on the skips. You can simply do some squats here, light squats. You can do some weightlifting a little bit here so that your muscles start to burn the fat faster and give you the caloric deficit state. So you ease up on the carbohydrates. You eat around 3 to all the way to 7 anytime, any hour between that. You can choose an hour that suits you and your schedule, and you enjoy your meal and keep pushing.
Oh, I will.
Yeah.
Thank you for the reminder.
You're welcome, and I'm proud of you. I'm so proud of you.
I don't know if you can remember, on Instagram I sent you a picture of the lady who was doing Ozempic, the Ozempic version of Kenya. It was me.
Man.
Now it's being sold.
Yeah.
Earlier she did this
the
thing
balloon
for kutoa mafuta kwa tumbo.
Oh, liposuction.
For removing fat. Yes, she did lipo. Then akawaletea customers. Now she's on Ozempic.
And now she's bringing in customers because she actually showed us, and she has a podcast. You know that she
Yes.
has a podcast, and she was actually
Yeah.
showing us how she's injecting
Yes.
herself with the Ozempic. And now there was another
Yeah.
drug there for nausea, the Ondacentron. There were supplements there, and then I just saw the food that she was eating: French fries, sausages. I'm like, ah, this one.
Like, I think my sister has met her.
Yeah.
Ni wale, she shows us a different life on social media. Backwards, akona a different life. So she eats everything backwards.
Yeah.
And then social media anakuja ana portray. So you see now she has brought in lipo worked. Now she's working again for the Ozempic thing.
No, she's not Rispa. She's not Rispa. Rispa is another one. Rispa is another one that actually does the same thing.
Yeah,
but this one is
Rispa.
Yeah.
She's yeah.
What is
hatuwezi mtaja.
Yeah, hatuwezi juu tutaletewa shida. I wish she had a Christian name ndo tutaje. Lakini she has names that are and Ozempic is 99,000 shillings.
It's 90. Not even 90.
Do you know how much 90,000 shillings can actually buy you? Food for the next 5 months straight.
No, and you pay gym. Hata unaweza lipa personal trainer hapo.
That is the problem.
Akusukume kidogo.
Because I thought Ozempic will work on its own. I saw her in the gym. I saw they've told her to reduce the food that she's eating. So I thought, why would you tell me the same things that people are telling other people and then inject me with the 99,000 shilling injection? It's a crazy world.
I think 3 times a week. That 99 is 1 month only.
Simuko na nguvu. You guys have money.
Yeah. Anyway, thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Also, I appreciate you and thank you for coming through.
Okay, thank you.
Amazing. You've seen that lady. That lady who has this podcast. And actually, one of her podcasts, there was a gynecologist who is always dancing on Instagram. Your gyna is dancing on Instagram. Yeah? When I put out a post about hormonal contraceptives affecting our women, he was the first person to even tag the whole family. I think the whole family is made up of gynas who are all also dancing on Instagram. Still dancing. So the whole family came in attacking me. And if you go on my platform on Instagram, Health and Wellness, Dr. Lewis Muchile, you'll see. There's a post that I put out about, it's actually a video or a reel that I put out saying, why are children given, these girls given at 10 years, you're given the HPV vaccine, and still at 18, your gyna gives you hormonal contraceptive to prevent yourself from getting pregnant. Why are we giving estrogen when we were actually preventing estrogen in the first place? They tagged the whole family and they came there. And it became a post about them because they know how rogue they are. So their podcast, I can't remember the name of their podcast, but they hosted this gyna. And this gyna brought them alcohol. He came with black label, alcohol, on a podcast of 2. One is fat, the other one is there, just coming in because I saw her also eating the same things that they eat. Comes with alcohol on that podcast. And this is the doctor who wants to tell me about hormonal contraceptives and how he has been doing well in this gynecology field. He's somewhere in Upper Hill. So if your gyna is in Upper Hill, start thinking twice. Yes, Bengo. Una Gertrude is asking, when is the next enrollment? I need to sponsor someone. I lost 29 kgs for a period of 7 months. I kept the weight off. Now it's 18 months since. From 95.7 kgs to now oscillating between 66 kgs and 67 kgs. Amazing. We celebrate this one. We celebrate you, Una Gertrude. The next weight loss group starts on 15th of July. That is a 3 of August. Next month, right? That's a 3-month program. So you can actually enroll them on that one. I dropped wheat, corn, seed, and corn oils. All forms of sugar. I do the tumad nowadays and fast once a week. I eat clean, but to my full. Yes, when you're eating clean, you don't need to care about moderation. Your body will take what it needs and the rest will be discarded. Thank you for this. If people can just trust themselves with food. I was sickly, but siku hizi I get so sick. when I try foods that upset my gut. Hello, what did we say? We said the moment you start feeling good about yourself, the moment you start embracing this and it's working for you, the next thing that comes in is you starting to preach this gospel to people, right? You start vibrating health energy. You start teaching people about health. And then the crazy ones will start thinking, this one, huyu anajiona sana. This one is just, she will give up. This one. But they start accepting it half-heartedly. But as time goes by, they start asking you, what did you do? How did you get here? Did you do an abortion? That's what they ask ladies. You've lost so much weight. Where is your nyash? Did you go for an abortion? Are you depressed? Is your husband cheating? Is it because you don't have children? Now they create all these bad images around you so that you feel bad and just go back to being fat. And I actually realize this gets to my people. From when they lose weight, they start being told this nonsense that, hey, you don't look good as you used to look when you had this big nyash. Big nyash for who? If you have big nyash and it's just fat, you're wasting time. You did not have it in the first place. And now weak men all over drooling for women who have these plastic buttocks, and they're telling you, you know me, I'm Team Nyash. Team Nyash. I mean, if you're thinking Nyash and you're a man, you're a male. I mean, how many men use the behind? How many of you? How many of you? Just tell us clean. Are you attracted to the behind because you want to use it? At least be clean. So stop telling these women that you need nyash. By the way, you need an identity. We will talk about that on Friday. Yes, Bengo. So this is who? This was Una Gertrude. Thank you so much, Una, for that. Bengo, kindly unmute yourself and let's have a conversation. Hey, Bengo seems to be somewhere in Katonzweni. Let's talk to, this is who? Asiavua. Ibu, kindly mute your microphone. Ebooks. Well, yes, please relax. Yes.
Hello, Dr.
Hello, how are you?
I'm fine, thank you.
This must be Asiavua, right?
Yeah.
How are you? Talk to us.
So I was asking.
Yes.
What is your take on hypospadias?
Unfortunately, these are Testimonial Tuesday, and we cannot answer questions like that. At least give us some testimony, then we can do something else. But if it's just questions, you can reserve that for tomorrow's live or Friday's live.
Okay, thank you so much.
You're welcome. You're welcome. Thank you for coming through. I'll actually remember you, so don't worry. This other guy called Bengo, are you still there or you just dropped? Decorate Kubai. I stopped contraceptives and I'm doing intermittent fasting 16/8 and I feel so good. Amazing. Ladies, one of the things that is actually deterring you from losing weight is actually hormonal contraceptives. Hormonal contraceptives are actually blocking you from losing weight. So if you're on anything estrogen, soy, hormonal contraceptives, please drop them instantly. Whether it's an implant, whether it is a depot. Unfortunately, if you have a depot, it's difficult for you to drop it out. But once that depot, those months elapse, do not ever go back. Depot are not here to help you control birth. They are here to actually pass an agenda. Pass an agenda where make women so weak, sick, and depressed so that they can always be hooked to the drug industry. You take one contraceptive, hormonal contraceptive for that matter, you end up getting depression. We have antidepressants for you. Don't worry. Keep using it. Use it plus these antidepressants. You get hypertension. Don't worry. Do not remove it. Keep using it. We have antihypertensives here. You get a blood clot. They tell you, no, now that you already injected it, you cannot get it out. Simply use this junior aspirin for the clots. But don't get rid of it. Just let it be there. You start growing obese, they tell you, here is Ozempic, you can use it to lose weight. Don't worry, it's 99,000 only, but do not remove it. Let it just be there. Yeah. So ladies, if you're using or you're on any contraceptive method, stop pleasing that man. Stop. Don't do it. Don't do it. But if, again, you can choose to do it. Of course, he's the one who is going to get the pressure, because when you get sickly, he's the one who is going to buy you those antidepressants. But you see, if already you are sharing bills with this man, how do you expect him to fund your depression medication? How do you expect him to fund your sessions with a psychiatrist or a psychologist? If you two are sharing bills, how do you expect him to come in and actually change your life for the better? He is unable to change his life. And men, anytime you ask a woman on a date, what do you do for a living? Oh, aye. Ladies, red flag. As much as men have red flags in women, also know this. If a man asks you on a date, what do you do for a living? Run! Run! Drink sugarless black coffee and run! Eh? If you go there and the man is ordering chips and chicken, run! Why are you on that date? You've chosen the wrong one for the 10th time. Now it's time for you to run. Why do you take me to just take chips and chicken? I mean, you can't even do sugarless black coffee, sir. If you're doing this, when will you ever fast? Now you're here asking me, what do you do for a living? I mean, you want me to sponsor your bills or something? Man, don't fail on this one. And we're going to go hard on every man on Friday. It's going to be interesting as we fix people's identities. So bring that energy on Friday. Bring it on board. Hey doc, I gained 1 kg from April to June and it has refused to go down. Yeah. Eat a stone. At least eat a stone. I mean, you cannot digest a stone, so you lose weight, right? But you'll feel full for the longest period of time. Don't you think so? Oh, 10 kgs. I was actually going to mock you so bad because you said 1 kg. So I had really started whipping you. You're lucky, bro. How did you gain 10 kgs? You ate carbohydrates. Simply reverse eating carbohydrates. You lose the weight. It's that simple. Yes, Junior.
Hi, Dr. How are you?
I'm doing fine. How are you?
I'm very good.
I like your energy, bro.
Yeah, thank you, Dr.
Good.
Thank you for the good work you are doing.
I appreciate, bro.
Yeah, mine here is a very good testimony today.
Amazing.
So sometime last year, around February, I was diagnosed with type 1 diabetes.
Okay.
I had lost and I had shed a lot of weight.
Yeah.
Maybe around 10 to 15 kg.
Yeah.
I went to the hospital and the doctor said like my sugar they could not even read because they were above 34.
Yes.
So they put me on insulin therapy that was rapid and Ranta.
Okay.
And I followed them for some time and along the way, someone introduced me to your channel.
Yes.
He actually said like, just follow him. If you feel what he says is good, you can implement it. But if you feel it's not good for you, you can leave it at that.
Yes.
So I followed your channel very keenly.
Yeah.
And I decided, one day I just decided, why not? Let me follow Daktari.
Yes.
And so I just woke up one morning and decided I would drop the insulin and I'll follow the OMAD.
Amazing.
So after I started following the OMAD, my sugars started stabilizing.
Yes.
As we are talking today, I have sugars below 5 every day.
Bro. Amazing. Amazing. Man. And they had already put you on the insulin, and of course it was supposed to last for a lifetime, right?
So they had told me like I will not stop the insulin. Anytime I went for the clinic, the doctor said you will have to continue with this.
Oh man. And they diagnosed you of type 1 diabetes.
Yes.
At what age, sir?
At 28.
Perfect. Do you know why I was asking that?
No.
Because this is the craziest part about type 1 diabetes. Bro, they tell you that type 1 diabetes is an autoimmune and that your beta cells of the pancreas have been destroyed, so you are unable to produce insulin. So therefore you need an external shot of insulin, right? But the weird part is they don't tell you that you need insulin when you're consuming carbohydrates. That is one. Number two, I tend to think that this condition is actually marketing insulin therapy. I believe that type 1 diabetes is actually a scam that is marketing insulin therapy. Why? Because how on this earth did you manage to eat carbohydrates for 28 years without being admitted for diabetes, for complication of diabetes? So you come at 28 is when you're being diagnosed of type 1 diabetes, and now you're put straight on insulin. You're told this for a lifetime because you're not producing enough insulin. But you have lived 2 decades straight and a half eating carbohydrates and you've never had an emergency. So how did you manage these sugars without insulin? It's a crazy belief. I don't understand where we got these things from. And now you have to formulate something around it and just make you believe that you're actually suffering from type 1 diabetes and there's nothing you can do. And now you need insulin to pump glucose into the cells. How did you get to be diagnosed with diabetes, yet your fat cells are not full? Because you see, and this is what we're going to talk about tomorrow, bro, and it shall be interesting. How is it possible that I have been having these high blood sugars, I've never suffered the symptoms of this, and then you diagnose me at a teenage or at 28 years old of type 1 diabetes? I mean, if I didn't have these beta cells, I should have suffered from the time I started breastfeeding, because breast milk comes with carbohydrates. But they have to wait until you get to 28 for them to tell you, hey, you are now type 1 diabetic and there's nothing you can do. You have to take insulin for a lifetime. Scam. The only reason...
Actually,
yes.
One day I did confront the doctor about it.
Yeah.
And actually, he got very upset.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I was like, my sugars, I feel like they are stabilizing, because initially when I did the HbA1c for the very first time,
yes,
that was last year.
Yeah.
It was 18.8.
Yeah.
But after they put me in the insulin therapy for 3 months, it had dropped to 6.4.
Yeah.
And after like another 3 months, it had dropped to 5.8.
Man. Bro, imagine. These are people, and I've had type 1 diabetic patients and I just get so sad. Because, bro, these are people who cannot define diabetes. But they have a way of classifying diabetes into type 1, type 2, and gestational. So they're actually telling women that diabetes can actually come with a pregnancy. Where from? Does a baby come with sugars? A fetus coming with sugars? That now you're type 1 diabetic at 28 years. How did you survive this for all these 28 years? Nobody's answering that. Ask them what is type 1 diabetes. They're telling you is because you don't have insulin, therefore you cannot utilize carbohydrates. Instead of them telling you to just drop carbohydrates because they are non-essential, they tell you now you have to take insulin. So you can simply enjoy your carbohydrates, feed diabetes, and then take this injection. Are they even making sense? And now your doctor, you ask this question because you're innocently trying to ask these questions because you want the answers, and he gets upset. And in real sense, he knows very well that insulin is actually going to make you more diabetic. Because how many people have had amputations when they are on high doses of insulin? How many people have lost their kidneys and they have a transplant, or they are on dialysis, but their doses of insulin is still in the roof? So in hospitals, people are sleeping on that bed. You're giving them brown bread plus milk, pasteurized milk, and then you put insulin as a drip. So they should eat the carbohydrates, and now you give them insulin, and now you're this best doctor. You're the diabetologist. It's crazy, bro. Thank you so much for bringing this story on board.
Thank you too, Dr. for your insight, please.
Amazing, bro. Keep winning. Keep winning.
Yes. Thank you very much. And people should follow the diet very strictly.
Man, you should have stayed here longer to just hear that. Do you see what is happening in hospitals? Your father is diabetic, is suffering from a diabetic foot, as in is in that hospital bed, being managed that wound using honey, which is sugar. Your mother is diabetic, and hypertensive at the same time, on high doses of drugs for diabetes and hypertension, different combinations. They just change the combination, but the drugs are the same. They act the same way. Sleeping on that bed, you're wondering, we are now 80 days into the hospital beds. What we are doing is just changing the bandages on the wound. Changing every single day. Your mother is going to dialysis machines on Tuesdays and on Thursdays, paying 10,000 shillings for every dialysis session. Those are 2 in a week. So those are 8 in 4 weeks. 8 times 10, that is 80,000. In 1 month, your mother's bills are actually accumulating to 100,000. That is somebody's salary. And it's siphoning you slowly but very carefully, because when your mother or your father is sick, you want to be this good guy. You want to provide. You know very well you don't want to give out this money to hospital bills. But because you have no information, you will give it out anyway. And now your doctor writes, your nutritionist writes the notes and says, use liquid oil, the seed oils. And then he says, go ahead and eat 5 meals a day, because diabetes are supposed to eat every after 2 hours. Go ahead and snack. And then now there's a drip of normal saline going through their veins to just lower the sugars, because they are feeding on sugar anyway. And now they're telling them to moderate. Who is moderating what? How can you moderate sugar when somebody is diabetic? How can you moderate carbohydrates and is diabetic already? Diabetes is actually a carbohydrate disease. So why are we moderating carbohydrates when they already have diabetes? Ask that doctor, where is this drug going to take these sugars to? Is it getting sugar out of my body, or is it dumping the sugar from blood into the cells? And look at him going clueless. And now he wants to exercise his doctorship on you by going mad and crazy. He wants to throw jargons on you. Oh, you know, if you don't manage this, you will end up getting diabetic nephropathy. DKA is coming. Now he throws in a DKA. You're wondering, what is DKA? I'm not even understanding the type of diabetes that is here. We have not even defined diabetes. Now you're jumping to DKA because you want to confuse me. Daktari. Wewe. Tomorrow we are going to bring that roof down. You'd rather drag anybody who is diabetic and on insulin therapy or on medication for diabetes, bring them there, because tomorrow is going to be wild. We are going to bring those cams here. We are going to bring them down. We can't allow these people to go. Yes, I am. Is it Wambo?
Hi, Daktari.
Hello, how are you?
Umekasirika na diabetes sana.
Sijakasirika na diabetes. Diabetes, we can't avoid it. Lazima tutaishi tunayo.
I know.
Yeah, I'm just sick with how we manage diabetes. To just manage the symptoms and let people suffer.
Well, I understand.
Yeah. Welcome on board, though.
This is Wamboi.
Yeah.
The lady had posted in Facebook the other day.
Yeah. Amazing.
The one who has lost a lot of weight.
Amazing. Even teachers to her daughter are worried. They're wondering, who is this?
Oh, yeah. I'm almost the same size with my daughter now.
Amazing. Welcome on board.
So thank you so much. I started following 4 months ago.
Yeah.
But now I joined strictly when I joined the group. Is it 3 months ago in May?
Yes.
And that time I was in the US. So where I was, there was everything. There was ice cream. There was all kind of that good food into bracket.
Yes.
But I made a choice that I'm gonna now follow our diet, the protein diet.
Yes.
I was a tea addict. I liked my tea. I would cook my tea nicely with a lot of milk. No, good tea.
Yes. In my language, we call it short tea.
I never. Oh, short tea.
Yes.
I liked chapati. If you told me that I would live without eating chapati, I would say no.
Yeah.
And my main problem was losing my behind. I was like, am I going to slim and lose my behind? I was so afraid.
Yes.
But now I got encouraged. And what I liked most is that when you tell us about losing weight, it's not just telling us to lose weight. You educate us. You tell us exactly what happens.
Yeah.
You know, when you take carbohydrates, it's gonna be turned into sugar. It's gonna be kept as fat. So I understood exactly what happens when I take carbohydrates. So I decided I'm gonna drop this chapati, I'm gonna drop sugar, I'm gonna drop anything carbohydrates, and it has worked for me. When I was going to the US in that was in February, I was almost 110.
Yeah. Where?
So I am back in the country. I weighed myself last week. I'm 88.
Amazing. Yeah.
And I look good. I like my new look. I think I can't wear any of my clothes, the ones I used to wear. Maybe my tights.
Yeah. They have left you.
But I like it. Oh yeah.
Oh man.
And everyone is commenting about it. The good thing or the bad thing is that people don't tell you when you're fat.
Yeah.
But they will comment about you when you have a good body.
There you go. Misery loves company.
Yeah. So. Yeah. And I think, okay, my main problem was procrastination. I would say I'm going to start tomorrow. I knew I was eating bad.
Yeah.
You know, but now I would say, let me just eat this ice cream today, then tomorrow I'll start dieting. I think the best thing to do is just drop everything and start right now. You know, this thing of saying that I'm going to do it in moderation, I'm going to take tea small, then I'll drop it. I think the best thing to do is just to drop it and start right away.
Awesome. Hey man, I'm excited to have you here.
Yeah, yes. Yes, I'm so happy. I like my new shape. I look good. I feel light, you know.
Yeah.
And I would encourage everyone to just start and to understand, why am I dropping the carbohydrates? Why am I doing this? What happens when I take carbohydrates? Because I think the best thing is to understand what happens to our bodies when we take carbohydrates, and especially is the sukari, my ice cream,
Yeah.
especially as ladies. I think kwa our ladies ndio inakuwa mbaya sana. I don't want to talk about men and the pot bellies and everything.
Yeah.
I'm just speaking from a lady's point of view.
Awesome, man. I'm so proud of you. Don't even give up. Keep
Thank
going.
you.
Keep going. Do not even buy the negative vibe that is coming in.
Not.
We can actually feel your energy.
Yeah.
Hey, man, tremendous. Congratulations for that. Hey!
Thank you so much.
You're still arguing. Sorry about that. You're still arguing. You are still there saying, oh, hey, discipline, order. My friend, Mr. Speaker, sir, we have CPD. CPD is what you need. Consistency, patience, and the discipline. They know very well. On Mondays, on Wednesdays, and on Fridays, I used to wake them up to do something. Come on, wake up and do something. You have to do something. Now you're in that group, people are fasting and you're busy eating. You feel the guilt, but you see, we are not seeing you. You're thinking you're lying to us. You're lying to yourself. People are doing a 48-hour fast. You just turn on the app and then you wait for the 48-hour fast to elapse when you're eating. And then when you realize the weight loss group is coming to an end, you start telling me, hey, Doctor, can I move to the next one? I'm like, hey, where? Where? We move to where? No, we are here to stay. Yeah. You can easily feel her energy. And now they'll start telling her, oh, you know this, oh, you know that, oh, blah, blah, blah. Those people who are actually telling you that nonsense, they don't even want you. Ladies, those men who are telling you, we like you with the thick thighs, they have not kept you. They have not married you. Have they? They have not, but they want you for the sex. So they just want to experiment with the fat lady and see how it feels to have sex with a fat lady. They don't want to keep you. Ask them to meet your father. See them running away. They disappear for 2 weeks and then they come again and see if you're still there. Hey, beautiful. Are the thick thighs still present? So your mind is actually in the thighs. At least think something different. They just rebrand. They realize you're now blocking them. They're like, they play the friend part. Oh, now we can just be friends. There's no problem. Friends, men and women, friends. Friends. They're just in that friend zone, hoping that one day you get problems with your boyfriend or your husband. And they will pity-pito there. In football, there are these people who warm up on the sidelines. They are called the substitutes. They are busy warming up on the sidelines. When they come in, they're given about 4 minutes or about 10 minutes, and they change the game. They score. When they score, they take the position of the owner of that number. And now everybody's singing about them, how they came in 4 minutes and scored. People are forgetting about even the teamwork. They're now thinking about this guy who scored. That's the same guy who is telling you about the thick ties when he's not in a relationship with you. The moment you give him that chance, because he's been there for quite some time, whips. Now you're suffering from another 23rd heartbreak. You're like, now the guy is missing. You're texting the guy, is like, you're calling, is like, sa huyu anataka nini? Huyu mnono anataka nini? Yes, Muhaki.
Yes, hello, Doc. Good morning. Good evening.
Good evening. It's morning where you are?
Yeah, it's morning.
Awesome. Good evening from us here. So welcome on board. This is Testimonial Tuesday. We welcome you.
Oh, thank you so much. So I'm calling in regard to, I had added a lot of weight. First is to say thank you because you helped me shed it.
Yeah.
Through avoiding carbs and sugars.
Awesome.
Yeah, I'm grateful for the information that you've been able to put out here.
You're welcome.
The other thing maybe I wanted to ask is about my son. I don't know whether I can ask today.
Well, I will possibly just ask so that I can respond to you and tell you the appropriate time to ask that question.
All right. He has like sputum that he's never swallowing. So I've tried to take him to the hospital. He's been given antibiotic. When I relocated to where I am, I took him to hospital because I thought the healthcare here was a bit better compared to Kenya. And I was told, was given some paracetamol. Now I was told to be, when I'm going to shower, I go with him to the shower so that he can be able to inhale that moisture so that it can go down. So my question was, what can I do? Because he has been on antibiotics for the longest time. And he's now snoring so much.
But why are you clearing your throat? Do you also suffer from the same condition?
No. Yeah, right now I have a cold.
How old is your son?
He's 1.7.
1.7. Did you give birth normally or through a CS?
Normal.
Did you breastfeed for 6 months straight?
Yeah, I did.
Okay, and then what food did you wean him on?
The normal foods that we usually give them.
When you say normal, what do you mean?
Like pumpkins, ugali, beans,
So tell me, what have you changed in your child's diet since you've changed your diet? What have you changed in your child's diet?
I also tried to have him go on no carbs, no sugar, no wheat diet. Because apparently, right now he's supposed to be saying like mom and dad, and I saw he was not doing that, those milestones.
What cooking oil do you use to cook his foods?
The canola one, but
there we go. Why do I have the feeling that you wanted to ask this question, but you thought it was wise for you to come in and say that I've helped you lose weight, and then now you can ask that question as secondary? Why do I have that feeling that was the main question and the main reason why you came in, and you just went around and then came out with that? Why would you do that?
I first wanted to say thank you because that is important.
Okay, on my YouTube, there's a video that is called Nutrition in Babies.
Yes, yes.
Simply go and watch that video, and I think it's part of the live. So go and watch that video on nutrition on babies, and simply implement everything that I've said in that video, and you'll see your son changing their life for the better. Because there's no way I've helped you lose weight, but you're still using canola. There's no way. That is not me. I've never said anywhere people should use canola. So you simply go there, put in some effort, go to the YouTube channel, Health and Wellness Sport, and search that video that is called Nutrition in Babies. It will educate you a lot of things about your child.
Asante sana.
Karibu. Now, should I say what I want to say about ama tuachane na yeye? Should I say what I wanted to say ama tuhurumie yeye? I have lost 9 kgs in a span of 4 months, and now friends are like, tupe siri ya kupunguza weight. This is a chamazare crochet tree. Is it crochet tea? Yes. From 69 to 60. I'm now told don't lose more weight. Now it's just amazing how people, they're asking me to whip her. No, today I just forgive her. Let's let her go to YouTube and atapata your video, and then she will enjoy it and change the life of the child. So leo tumesamee huyo, tumesamee, tuko na mood poa. Kesho ni kubaya, so tomorrow we will whip them, but today we are okay. So yeah, crochet. It's amazing how people would like to dictate your life when you start losing weight. They want to tell you what to do now, not to do what. I mean, don't lose too much weight. You've done it enough. Why? And I get this all the time, and I start wondering, where were you when I was trying to struggle to lose weight? Where were you? And now when I'm losing weight and I'm perfect at what I'm doing, you're coming here to tell me that do not lose too much. You've done too much already. Where? Keep your comments to yourself, and at least keep eating the bread. Lee's Investments just joined, was told today that my BP is high. I'm scared. You don't need to be scared. You only need to change your kitchen. That's it. Asante, wacha niende YouTube. Mwihaki, hiyo video iko hapo, and it's actually, I think it's a live that we did labeled Nutrition in Babies. So I think there are 4 videos that I've done in Nutrition in Babies. So just go on my YouTube, Health and Wellness Sport, and then go at the live section where there's written live. You will see. Go through it. You will see the Nutrition in Babies. It will be tremendous for you. It will actually help you look at life differently. So yeah, guys, tomorrow we are having a live that is going to concern insulin therapy. So of course, we can't talk about insulin therapy without talking about the diabetes in deep details, okay? But we will make sure that it lasts for a shortest period of time so that we don't take too much of your time. You need to sleep also. So tomorrow we are there. We'll rest on Thursday. On Friday, we'll come back with another video that whips men and the marriage stuff, the identity stuff. So be there also. And my consultation contact, I've pinned it on YouTube, 0707-074722. Use that contact for your consultation. Use that contact for your inquiries about the August weight loss program that lasts for 3 months. If you're on my platforms, you know how we do it. We change lives for the better. We help you, educate you on diets and your lifestyle and your body in general, so that you can understand it in a language that is easy to digest. Subscribe on my YouTube channel, on my Telegram. Follow me here on TikTok, so that we get to 200,000. And yeah, possibly if there's nobody here, we can actually call it a night and see each other tomorrow. But I would have wished to pick just one more call, but since nobody has requested, now that means we have to go and rest. So allow me to just go through some of the messages here on YouTube, and then we can call it a night. Is plain yogurt and probiotic yogurt really good? This one must be new here. I seen Dara, you must be new here, because I even put out a video yesterday and a live yesterday that was talking about fortification and what have you. So I think you should take some time and watch my videos. You'll learn a lot from these things. There's nothing like probiotic yogurt. Is that lie? Let me see. Is there any other comment here I've not responded to? Somebody said, I have a testimony and it's very powerful, but Collins Ndaba said he has a testimony but did not bring it on forth. I think we've done our part already. Yeah, I think we've done our part. So yes, so keep booking your slots for consultations, both online and physical consultations. And our physical consultations will actually come in from 30th of this month. And so you can actually start booking your slot now, because we are going there for the next 2 weeks. That will be from 30th all the way to the end of 2 weeks. So you can actually book your slot earlier, so that we can slot you in and we have these conversations. So again, thank you so much for being here. Because we don't have anything else to do, we can actually now go and rest. We need 6 to 8 hours of sleep. It's very important, because when you're trying to fix some things, you need that sleep. So for those of you who have brought in testimonies, for those of you who have liked our videos and the lives, those of you who have shared this live, those of you who have even taken their time to be here to just share their gospel and actually get education from us, we celebrate you, we appreciate you. We know that we are here to serve God through easing pain and suffering from your life, because you are God's people, and that's what we are dedicated to do. We are also under an oath, the Hippocratic Oath, and we follow it strictly, and we are here to it. So thank you so much for being an amazing audience tonight. We will see you tomorrow, same time, same place. Not same time, we'll start at 8:30 or 9 thereabouts, to talk about insulin therapy and diabetes. So be there, bring those people on board. Let us challenge the system. Let us actually understand what these things are. And until tomorrow, have a good night.